Okay, started.
Ready?
These folders.
I'm more prepared this time.
Wow. You should have told me I should have bought some folders.
Okay, everybody, welcome to our first time homebuyer seminar. I think we have a few latecomers, but it's Sunday and 11 o'clock, so thank you for being here, taking time out of your weekend. As most of you know, I don't know if I've met all of you before, but my name is Anu Joshi, and this is Omair Amir. We're going to be facilitating the seminar today. So let's get started with our formal introductions. Omair, do you want to start us off?
Sure. All right, guys, my name is Omair. I am the broker owner of the Six Mortgage Group. We are a mortgage brokerage in Toronto. We're part of Mortgage Alliance, so we have a franchise of Mortgage Alliance. Mortgage Alliance is the biggest broker network in all of Canada. What that means is we have access to over 100 lenders. We've got TD, Scotia Bank, and even the smaller banks like First National, Manulife, Industrial Alliance, ICICI, Equitable, Home Trust, and we have dedicated underwriting with all these banks. So we don't send our applications, into a queue. We send it to a dedicated underwriter who's working just for us. It gives us more options for our clients. It gives us more products for our clients, and we're able to service any type of financing that's related to a particular real estate property, right? And myself, I've been doing mortgages for over a decade now. I started with Bank of Montreal. I was one of the top producers at BMO. And then I was at CIBC for the past 8 years, just over 8 years. I was top 1% in CIBC as well, and we did a ton of business there. I managed a book of over $500 million at CIBC. So any information that you get from me is well vetted, and I do have a lot of experience in talking about mortgages.
And just a little bit about me, I'm a real estate broker. I've been in real estate for the last five and a half years. I sit on various committees of the Toronto Real Estate Board, so that whole kind of wholesome approach to real estate, including the governance aspect of it. I also instruct courses at Humber, the new real estate program there. So kind of, across the industry, I have a pretty good grasp. Of course, my strength is in sales and purchasing. I've been working with clients. Started off doing rentals at the very beginning of my career, and then from then I've now focused on buying and selling real estate. One thing I do like to share with my clients right off the bat is that for me, real estate is a passion. It's not a second career. It's not like a part-time sort of gig. I know there's a lot of people that do part-time and they do really well, and that's fine. But for me, this is the first official job that I had right out of university. This is everything for me. So I hope to bring all that and help you guys with your purchase. I'm just going to skip back quickly and just what we're going to be talking about today. I'll go over kind of the GTA real estate market, what's happening in the market out there, what the status is right now in terms of pricing and what's available. And then we'll go over the home buying process in Ontario. Who's involved in your purchase? So the main two components would be our mortgage specialist and your real estate specialist. We'll talk about how mortgage financing works, and Omair is going to go into detail with that. There's also a lot of first-time homebuyer programs. Because you guys are first-time homebuyers, there are programs that will help you with the down payment, rebates from the government, all those things. So we'll cover that as well. And then we'll discuss next steps and how we actually go into searching property and how the deal gets done for you. Okay? At the end, we will open it up to question and answers. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask either of us. At the end, we are also offering the complimentary one-on-one mortgage consultations. So some of you may have brought your documents, even if you don't, but you want a one-on-one sort of conversation. We'll sit down with you. We have Al as well from Six Mortgage Group, who's going to be helping with those at the end. So please just let us know that you want to stay back for that. Okay, so the market. Right now, over the past, since 2016, 2017, there's been a lot of speculation about what's going on in the market, are prices going up, are they going to come down, or what's happening with the mortgage rates. Overall, I'm happy to report that the Toronto and the GTA real estate market is very healthy. And by healthy means there's a healthy number of sales, There is healthy price increases year over year, month over month, and we're seeing stability in the market, especially now for the past 6 months to a year. I just have some numbers here for the Toronto real estate market, which is just the city of Toronto. The rest of the GTA, so Peel region, Halton region, York region, they pretty much echo what's happening in the city. The average price right now in Toronto as of last month was $818,000, which was up about $30,000 from the year before that. Okay, so from last year. The average price includes all home types, so anything from a condo apartment, condo townhouse, freehold townhouse, semi-detached, detached. Okay, it includes the whole spectrum of homes available in Toronto. So the average price there is $818,000. The number of sales is another metric that we use, and this is not that common, like people don't report on it, right? When you read the news, you see, okay, what's the average price? Detached homes are selling for $1.8 million for garbage sometimes. That's what we hear about. We don't hear as much about the number of sales. But the number of sales is important, especially if you're getting into the market, and for myself as a realtor, to share with you where the market is. Like 2,500 people or families or parties are doing transactions in a period of 30 days. So that shows you that, there is business happening. So the whole, I don't know if we should buy, we don't know what's going to happen, the market is stale. The market is not stale, it is very active, and now is a good time as any to sort of get into it. The average price by home type, just within the city of Toronto, detached go for $1.25 million, and this is the average. We have really tiny detached on 20-foot lots. We still have those. And then we have larger sort of estate-style properties that are, in North York and whatnot. So the average there is 1.5. It kind of varies. You might be interested in a townhouse. Average price for a townhouse is $795 as of last month, and the condos go for about $619. Okay, this is the average price. Obviously, entry level and more luxury is also available, but that's just so you have an idea of what different types of property are out there. Okay. And one more metric that we don't often talk about and we don't hear about in the public is the days on market. So this is very important for us realtors, and when we actually get into the market, we're going to be looking at days on market. What days on market tells us is anything around the 3 to 4 week mark means it's a healthy market. Okay? That means if somebody lists their home, within 3 weeks, somebody has put an offer, they've negotiated, it's a done deal, and it gets sold. Okay? So that means it's fairly fast paced. It's not like, you see a great property, it's well priced in a great location, and it's just sitting on the market stale for, 40 days, 45 days. So that's not the case. We have a very healthy market sort of outlook throughout Toronto and the
I just had a question. What is the
Yes.
lowest you're seeing on detached?
On the detached, in the city of Toronto, like high 900s. Yeah. So this is just a chart to just show you guys in terms of the transactions that happened in real estate in the since 2016, what the share is regular people. By regular, I mean resale. So they already have a house or a condo and they're selling it and buying another, either upsize or downsize, whatever it is. So that's the existing homeowners that are doing the sales. This is the first-time home buyers that are in the market. Okay. So there's also a media narrative right now that says first-time home buyers have a hard time buying. There's no first-time home buyers in the market. First-time home buyers can't buy. They can't afford it. It's not true. So for the past 3 years, you know what our market's been like. It's been crazy. Prices have been crazy. Bidding offers, this and that. But even through all of that, we have a pretty healthy share of first-time home buyers in the market. So this is just to illustrate that it is possible. No matter what the market is like, it is possible. And today we're going to go through the strategies that we can actually help you purchase. This, the thing about rent versus buy, I'm sure you guys have heard that, and I'm sure many of you are renting or living with family or whatever that is. You know this, I don't need to tell you, but obviously rents are skyrocketing, right, in Toronto and even in the GTA, rents are going up. Mortgage costs and property costs is also going up, but you'd rather be building your equity than paying your rent, obviously. And this is the average price in Toronto as of last year. So I know I showed you the numbers. For example, I'm just going to center on the condo. As of last month, it was $620 range. Last year, it was about $541, the average price of a condo. Okay, so that's gone up significantly. and we can extrapolate that for the next year and the year after that and the year after that. So prices are going to consistently keep rising, I mean, barring any crazy market happenings, but we can't predict those. So obviously you guys, the fact that you're here, you do understand that the prices are going up and it's better to, you know, get your foot in the door as a first-time home buyer sooner rather than later. So these are just some average prices for like an average type of product. A lot of first-time home buyers, this is the entry point. So I've just illustrated, you know, where you could go with this kind of budget. Probably the cheapest entry point is in Brampton, in an older sort of 2-bedroom condo. You're getting a lot of space, and the entry point there is about $380. And that goes up all the way to, if we're going inside the city of Toronto, kind of on the outskirts, so Etobicoke and North York, going up to the mid-500s. Okay, these are all for 1- and 2-bedroom condos. So that's just kind of a snapshot. If you're looking at a townhouse or whatever, obviously we'll go into detail, but the majority of first-time home buyers today do favor condos because they're in this entry-level price point. So affordability, okay? I want to go back to a point that I touched on just earlier. In the news, in the media, all we hear about is how millennials can't buy, first-time homebuyers can't buy, newcomers to Canada can't buy, you're not going to be able to buy anything, you can't afford anything, that's all we're hearing, right? What I want to do, and that's the point of doing all these seminars, is to educate first-time homebuyers that you can buy. Newcomers to the country, if you've been working for like a year or 2 years, it can happen, right? Depending on your friend circles, your coworkers, there is a narrative, and it's mostly negative. So what I want to do today, and what Omair's going to help me do as well, is we're going to clear up all the kind of myths around home buying, about that you can't afford, you can't do this. Ask your questions, all of them, we can make it happen, okay? Just going to illustrate an example for the city of Toronto specifically. There was a report released, this was last year, the cost of living for an individual or a couple in the city of Toronto. So the average income in Canada for an individual is about $60,000. Okay, it changes, but it's about $60,000. So just assuming it's 2 people, we've got an average household income of $120,000. Okay, this is just for illustrative purposes. If you're more than this or less than this, that's fine. But the average household income, if it is $120,000, then we've got your rent, which is an average of $2,000 a month. I know several people are paying more than that, but at least you have $24,000 a year going into rent. Then, based on this study that they did about the cost of living, we have a whole bunch of other auxiliary expenses that, you know, we just can't avoid. Cars, insurance, entertainment, the Netflix bill that you won't want to give up. So all those things, they do add up. But taking all those things into account, what we're looking at is, at the end of the year, you still have a potential savings of about $2,000, almost, okay? Obviously, you spend more on that, you want to splurge on a vacation, you want to pay off some, you know, existing debts, whatever it is. Just for illustrative purposes, though, it is possible that at the end of year 1, your savings can be about $80,000, okay? And do you know what the down payment is on a $500K condo? Okay, that is minuscule, okay? I know it seems like a lot, but just when we put it into perspective like this, it's doable. That's all I want to show you guys, okay? So we're going to do a little activity. I'm going to go around the table, everyone who's a first-time homebuyer. I'm going to not include the parents, because I'm sure you either have property or have bought property before. Everyone's going to tell me in how many months they're going to buy their house. Don't talk to your spouse, don't look at your husband, don't look at your wife. Just individually, in how many months are you going to buy your next property? I'll start. 6 months. Omair, when are you going to purchase your next property?
My first property? 8 months.
You have your first.
Yeah, that's right.
Your next one.
My next one?
Your next one.
You want an honest answer?
We want an honest answer.
All right, I would like to buy it right now. I would. I honestly would.
I like that.
I'm looking for something with a separate entrance.
Yeah.
So I can sell mine and move into something else.
Nice. Okay.
6 months.
6 months. Okay, good.
6 months.
Okay, good.
1 year.
Okay.
8 months.
Okay.
Are you 1 year?
Okay.
1 year.
Okay.
Year.
Okay.
Year.
Okay, good. Over the course of this seminar, I want to reduce that by half. Okay? Okay.
Can you reduce my student debt by half?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I'm going to hand it over now to the more, the details, the financial details of everything. Omair's going to walk you through that.